Over the past 2 months, this enemy has infected almost 60,000 of our fellow citizens. It has killed almost 4,000 of us. These are our loved ones, our friends, our neighbors. It has threatened to overwhelm our healthcare system, and it hasn't finished with us yet. Still, over this past weekend, some have decided to surrender to this enemy. These are politicians who were elected to serve their fellow citizens. Others are business owners who have chosen to serve their customers by putting them in harm's way. These folks are choosing to desert in the face of the enemy, in the middle of a war that we Pennsylvanians are winning and that we must win. Let me share a few facts with you. We are indeed showing signs of success in this fight. We have begun to flatten the curve of infection at many parts of the Commonwealth, which is why 24 counties have already moved into the yellow zone, and 13 more will move into the yellow zone on Friday. That's over half the counties in the Commonwealth. Meanwhile, we have bought valuable time. This means we have not overwhelmed our healthcare systems. This means we have done a better job providing our heroic frontline health workers with the materials they need to fight this deadly fight. This means we have given our economy the time to increase the supply of tests to improve our chances to one day beat this enemy. But the fight is not yet over, and this is not the time to give up. We have fought this deadly enemy in the best way we can. This war has called on every single Pennsylvanian to fight, and we have, heroically. It has been a new kind of heroism, in many ways a quiet heroism, but a heroism nonetheless. We Pennsylvanians have sacrificed in ways we could never have imagined. We've separated ourselves from our families. We've isolated ourselves in our homes. We have shuttered our businesses. We have closed our schools. These heroic acts deserve to be met not by surrendering, but by staying the course. And that's what I intend to do. To those politicians who decide to cave into this coronavirus, they need to understand the consequences of their cowardly act. The funding we have put aside to help with fighting this crisis will go to the folks who are doing their part. And that includes our CARES Act funding, which will be used to support counties that are following the orders to prevent the spread and the medical communities who are treating patients. However, other discretionary funding won't go to counties that put us all at risk by operating illegally. To the politicians urging businesses to risk their lives and to risk the lives of their customers or their employees by opening prematurely, they need to understand that they are engaging in behavior that is both selfish and unsafe. You business owners, these politicians put you at risk of losing your health department certificate. They put you business owners at risk of losing your liquor license. They put you business owners at risk of losing your certificate of occupancy. All of these depend upon your doing everything you can to keep your patrons safe. And by opening before the evidence suggests you should, you're taking undue risks with the safety of your customers. That's not only morally wrong, it's also really bad business. Businesses that do follow the whims of local politicians and ignore the law and the welfare of their customers will probably find themselves uninsured, because insurance does not cover things that happen to businesses breaking the law. And let me be clear, employees that fear for their safety because a business has opened illegally, well, they don't have to go to work. Instead, they can stay at home, stay safe, and collect their unemployment benefits. Finally, the politicians who are encouraging the people they were elected to lead to quit the fight are acting in a most cowardly way. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to surrender. This is the time to rededicate ourselves to the task of beating this virus. The point is, we are fighting a war that has taken the lives of too many people. We are winning the war, but it has not been easy. It calls for sacrifice. It calls for heroism of a sort we have never asked of ourselves before. And it calls for all of us, every single one of us, to fight this war together. We all owe this to ourselves, and we owe it to each other. I intend to keep fighting, and I believe the overwhelming majority of my fellow Pennsylvanians intend to keep fighting too. And with that unity, I know we can win. Thank you. Yeah?
Well, we have a number of questions, Governor, of things that you've already really covered in your remarks today, from the AP, PA Post, PennWatch.org, WPVI, a number of other media outlets asking about your intention for the counties who have said they're going to defy your orders and reopen. So I'm going to go to maybe more specific question about why not let businesses open statewide and allow people to choose for themselves what's safe? Why can't adults make adult decisions for themselves and their families?
I think that makes perfect sense. What we've done with the regulations, the Department of actually Agriculture makes the health inspections for restaurants, the Liquor Control Board, the Labor and Industry Department for the safety of the building. That's why we have certifications, so that people can make decisions on their own, so that they can make reasoned decisions based on good information. If a business chooses to open, they're not making a good decision for their customers, and their customers need to know that, and that's what this is about. And when it comes to their employees, they may be forcing almost their employees to be in a situation where they're not healthy and they're not safe. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to beat this virus. The virus is setting the schedule. The virus is telling us what we need to do, setting the pace. And we all need to be on board to try to keep people safe.
From WGAL, district attorneys say they will not prosecute if businesses reopen while still in the red phase. What is your response to that? Well,
all prosecutors have prosecutorial discretion, but again, I'm not going to put up with any politician anywhere in Pennsylvania jeopardizing the lives of the citizens of those counties. They might be the citizens of counties where district attorneys are elected, but they're also constituents and citizens of Pennsylvania.